Welcome back everyone, my name is Lee from Lewis's Kitchen. Today we're going to make some keto English muffins, and I'm going to make two types. We're going to make one with almond flour and we're going to try and make one with some lupin flour. So I was watching Keto Twins on YouTube and they were doing a keto English muffin and it looks so easy and I just had to try it. So this recipe isn't my recipe. This recipe is from Low Carb with Jennifer, and I'll link the actual recipe below. I thought I'd change things up. She has two options with almond flour and coconut flour. I'm not a fan of coconut flour, but I have lupin flour, so I'm going to try and make one with lupin flour as well. And I'm going to see how it turns out, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion. So for each of these recipes, we're going to need one large egg white. That's equivalent of 3 tablespoons of egg whites, 3 tablespoons of almond flour. For the lupin flour, I'm going to be experimenting with, I'm doing 1.5 tablespoons of lupin flour because that does absorb a lot more. Now for each of them, we've got half a teaspoon of baking powder and then also just a dash of salt. And then we're just going to need some oil for greasing our ramekin, and I've just got this ramekin here that I'm going to be using today. So firstly, I'm just going to grease our ramekin. So you want a ramekin that you can put into your microwave or just some sort of container, a microwave-proof container. And I'm just going to grease this with a little bit of olive oil spray, like so. Then put that aside. Then I'm just going to grab a bowl, and it's going to go pretty quickly. We've got our almond flour, our baking powder, grinding of salt, just going to give this a quick mix, get all that incorporated, and then we're going to add our egg white and just stir it in. Once it has incorporated, then we can put it into our ramekin. Just going to smooth that out just a little bit. And now we're going to put it into the microwave on high for about a minute, maybe 90 seconds if your microwave wattage is a little bit low. Alright, let's take a look at this. It looks done. Alright, so let's pop this out. We'll take a look at it. Looks pretty good. So now I'm going to try and make our lupin flour one. So I have our lupin flour here, 1.5 tablespoons worth, half a teaspoon of baking powder, bit of salt, let's get all the lumps out of that lupin flour, and then we're going to add our egg whites. Now lupin flour is a bit like coconut flour, it absorbs a lot more, so you don't need as much. So let's grease our ramekin again. And we'll get this into here. Lupin flour can have a bit of an aftertaste to it, like a grassy taste to it. There's different lupin flour, so you might want to try a few different ones, but this one I'm using doesn't seem too bad. It's a Lotus brand here in Australia. And I just picked it up in IGA in one of the health food sections. Alright, so that's that. So let's get that into the microwave and see how this one goes. Alright, so let's get this one in for another minute. Korean microwaves. They don't usually just have a beep, do they? And there we go. It's pretty good as well. Let's pop this one out and see how it looks. To get a little bit stuck, but that'll be right. Unfortunately with the liquid flour, because I think it's so light, it actually made it a little bit hollow. I'm sure we'll make do with that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to slice these and just toast them at both sides, just so it gives that texture of like a real muffin. So this is the almond flour. It looks pretty good. It does have a little bit of an eggy smell to it. This is a little bit hollow, so I'm going to have to try my best with this. Maybe a little bit more liquid flour in there. So now I'm just going to brown off the exterior a little bit. Just so we get that texture of like a real muffin. Now this one I'm just going to use as like a taste purpose, but I would probably add maybe another half tablespoon of liquid flour, so 2 tablespoons of liquid flour for that. And I think that should be all good. Alright, so that exterior has got some really good colour on it. And it's almost giving you a nice texture of a nice toasted muffin. And I'm just going to heat this other side through. And then I'm going to cook some bacon and eggs. Alright, so it's about how brown I want them, so I'm going to take them off the heat and then we're going to cook some bacon and eggs. So my tips for frying eggs, firstly, make sure the eggs are the first thing that you fry in your frying pan. If you cook anything like bacon or anything like that, that sugar and everything in the bacon's going to actually caramelize and the eggs going to stick and everything to it. Secondly, have your frying pan heating for about 10 minutes on a medium heat. You want this heat right through. And it doesn't matter what frying pan. This is a Uz iron, so it's a cast iron frying pan. And then we're going to put some olive oil. And you need oil to fry your eggs. So don't be scared of it, just use a good quality oil. And then we're good to crack them in. Now we're ready to flip them over. Look at this, no sticking. Alright, now these eggs are done. I don't like yolky, so that's why they aren't fully cooked. Now we've just got some bacon here. You can cook this however you want. I've just sliced it a little bit smaller to make it easier for our muffins. And as you can see, all this stuff here, that's all caramelization from the bacon, and if you get that on your frying pan, yeah, it's going to definitely stick to your frying pan. So that's why I always cook them first. Alright, bacon is done, we're ready to serve. So first we've got our muffins here, so I'm just going to put a little bit of Colby cheese in these. Then we've got our beautifully cooked egg. Salt and pepper on the egg. And our bacon. So they actually look pretty good. The almond flour one actually looks a lot better. And I think the lupin flour one, if I add maybe another half a tablespoon of lupin flour to that recipe, it would have turned out amazing. The egg did really puff up while it was in the microwave. So let's give both of these a go. And I think the thing with low carb is you're never going to get, you know, the exact replica of Mickey D's muffin or anything like that, but a really good substitute, something close to it, will really get over those cravings. So I'm going to try the lupin flour one first. See how we go. And it actually turns out pretty good. You cannot taste the lupin flour at all, and I think that's just because it was such a small amount. It was only 1.5 tablespoons, and it's a really good substitute for an English muffin. Putting some bacon, some egg in that, that's really good. Then we're going to muffin with the almond flour, and this is the original by Low Carb with Jennifer. And you can see it toasted up beautifully. It almost looks like a real muffin. So let's give this one a go. It's so good. It almost has the texture of a real muffin. I have to say, it's a really good substitute. Such simple ingredients, and I'm surprised it stayed together considering it doesn't have any xanthan gum or anything in that. It's just 4 simple ingredients: almond flour, an egg white, some baking powder, and a dash of salt. And you can do this in like 3 minutes, so if you're craving breakfast and you got nothing in your freezer, easy done. And obviously, you could make these ahead of time, keep them in your freezer, and then, you know, each day you feel like a muffin. You can just take out the freezer and just put it straight into your toaster and toast it, and then fill it right up. So I think these turns out really good. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a like. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.